Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming. What I want to tell you about today is a special new mobile app, and it is because in South Africa and Southern Africa we are in a semi-arid region, so there's a lot of variability with our rainfall. Variability of the start of the rains, variability of the amount of rain. So there's something we call false start. So this means that you think enough rain has come and people will plant, and then 2 weeks it'll be dry. So it's different from how it is in the tropical regions of Africa. So if we, sorry. Magic finger. So here is the way to get this app. It's from the Google Play Store. So if you go to the Google Play Store and you will now type in AgriCloud, and of course we've practiced, so here it is. Here you can see the AgriCloud with the logo from the Agricultural Research Council, and you can see that it's got an acknowledgement to weather impact, because they're the ones that have actually helped with developing the code. And here is the page on the Google Play Store, and you can see some of the features of some of the pages over here, and then you can see some of the requests to rate it as well. So of course we have already downloaded it just to be sure that it works, so we're going to now only go and open it, and this is what the opening page looks like once you have it on your phone. And you can see that there's three main bars, and the first one we have to say is that this is, at the moment, it is a planting app for maize. And so we would go to the farmers and we would say, okay, have we got farmers in our farmer database, or do we need to add some farmers? So if we look at these farmers, we can see that we have a farmer here, John, who's in the Free State, and we would fill in all his name and number and everything. And then we would go to the map, and for those of you who don't know what South Africa looks like, let's get it here. Okay, so we've just been hearing all about Swaziland. So this is now to the east of Swaziland. It's in the highlands, and it's here near to Bethlehem, between, okay, so it's south, here's Johannesburg, south of Johannesburg, and this is in what we call our maize triangle. So here's our farm, and you can see that we can actually go down and find the exact road, and the farmer can really find the exact location of his farm. And when I'm explaining to people, this is what they like about it. I've been explaining to some people, and I'm showing them on my phone, and then when I get to this part, then they say, no, wait, Sue. I've got to do this on my own phone so I can take it home and see. So this is the good part, that you can actually get your own farm. And then, of course, some more information, and you're going to stick with maize because it's coming up to our maize season. So now we have three farmers here. Pietermaritzburg is more towards the east coast, and Stellenbosch is near to Cape Town. Yes, you guys like to drink a bit of wine. They don't really grow maize there, but the small farmers do, and the people in their backyards. So now if we go to an advisory and we say, okay, let's go and see whether we can plant maize in Stellenbosch yet, and you will see here there's three different advisories, and I think everybody knows that red is for stop and green is for go, and the tick, of course, is telling you yes. And so if you, well, of course, red for stop is not always true in South Africa, because the taxis don't really stop for anything. But anyway, yeah, so this right-hand block is a calendar. So we would go to the calendar, and here we see September, and we know today's the 13th. Luckily, it's not a Friday. And so then we can see that there's a few red days, and then it becomes green. So what does that tell you? That by the 18th, we will have received enough rainfall. But of course, it's only the 13th. So we know that this is using a rainfall forecast, and this is coming from ECMWF. So we would say that we would be able to then plan our planting schedule to start sometime next week. So if we go back, let's look at the spraying. So we have two different kinds of spraying, one for herbicide, and you can see here the spraying is given in more detail. It's given only for the next 3 days, and it's given in 6-hourly slots. So you can see that here, if you want to wake up at midnight, you could go and spray if you like to, but probably not. And you can see also for the diseases, it's giving good spray time. Often in the afternoon, it would be having a red panel there because it's too hot or it's too dry or there's too much wind or those kind of things. So we wouldn't advise spraying in those conditions. So let's just go to Pietermaritzburg. This is really near to my hometown. So here you can see that they already received rain earlier in this week, and so they could already start to do some of their planting. One of the other unique aspects here, of course, is about language. So it's very easy to make a nice Dutch app for you guys here in the Netherlands, and it's also easy for us to make it in English or to steal something from America or somewhere, but it's not so easy for our farmers to understand it. So here we have 11 official languages, and here are 9 of them. So if you go to isiZulu, now, well, you can see the words, but maybe you can't understand them. Let's go to Pedi and see whether my colleague is here. No, Obert's not here. Oh, you can, oh, there he is. So Obert can now read to us because these are his home language, and his mother would also be able to understand it. And so this helps if we look then at...
Do it in Afrikaans.
Do it in Afrikaans. Okay, I'll do it in Afrikaans. Here's the Afrikaans. And so if we go to the last one I haven't done is about getting the collection of information. This is another one of the unique aspects, and that is that you can actually give some information back. And so let's look outside and see, yeah, there's a few clouds, but I don't hear any thunder. So let's just say it's only sunny. Yesterday we would of course put it rain, but it's not raining today. And no, there's no hail. And then you must save this. And so you could then speak to your farmer in Free State and also be able to see that this morning there was some frost, so he shouldn't be planting anyway. So this is the app that's been rolled out last week, and we're looking forward to the next month or 6 weeks to be able to take it to all the farmers in South Africa. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Sue?
How are you getting score points? And what is the high level?
Well, the point system is for submitting those observations. And so it's to encourage some exchange and some capacity building so that people can learn some things about the weather. And we still debating rather a lot about what the prize is. But seeing as I didn't put my phone on there, but I've got the most points. So I got a prize this week. I got a nice brand new rain gauge from Weather Impact. Yeah. So there will be some prizes, yes.
Have there already been some results regarding the increase in crop production, for example, in certain areas where people use the app and areas where people don't use the app? Are there significant?
No, because we only really rolled it out last week. And it's the beginning of our rainy season. And so we did have a beta version that was running in from February. But because it's really focusing on the summer maize production, we are not able to see that yet. We also, of course, have integrity and moral obligation not to say, you guys can't have it, and these guys can. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to see whether we can compare farmers who don't and do know it. So everyone who wants it will be able to get it. But then we will try with remote sensing to see whether those people, maybe some spots, didn't actually use the advice. And then we can compare.
Thank you.